And that's where that video came from that you saw, which is, you know, for most of my own life sexually, I thought that I, as a woman, had to show up the way women did in porn, that my body needed to look that way, that I needed to make the same sounds, that I needed to always be desirable, always be fit, clean, manicured, made up, with cute outfits. And it seems trivial and ridiculous, but there are these narratives that we as well carry as women in thinking that we always have to be desirable to the male gaze and that there's no other way for us to be and still be worthy or worth something. And so carrying a narrative like that causes us to show up in a very constricted way during sex. Because if I think I am out of line with the narrative or the idea that I have around how I think I should be or need to be desired by my male partners, and if I'm not showing up in alignment with that, then I lose presence. I'm in my head. I'm engaged in performance anxiety, just as men are. And it completely takes the presence out of sex. And in many ways, there's this limited range that we can be in during those kinds of sexual experiences. And it does not at all allow for the vast range of emotions that we have, for sex to be tender, for sex to be sweet, for sex to be emotional, for sex to be awkward, for sex to be something about self-discovery. It is not always the way it looks in porn. And in fact, more times than not, it is not that way. When it is, great, awesome. That can be a fun time too. And I think people are really under the impression that there isn't much outside of that or the sort of vanilla routine that they have found themselves in. And there's so much more beyond that sex can bring us to.
Yeah, I mean, porn can be very misguided. I mean, some of that stuff that they be doing, I'm like, this is just, this is ridiculous. I mean, even if, yeah, baby, yeah.
Alright. Just got the call, it's going down tonight. It's a lot of goodbyes here tonight. But then I saw the stallion that I like. Hair from Cali, I live in the valley, then you look sexy.
Dudes saying they got their passport and they about to go overseas to find their wife, and you see they have the initials SYSBM in their bio, which is short for Save Yourself Black Man. Those dudes are tricks. These dudes have a firm understanding that they're so socially awkward and so socially inept that they need to pay to have access to coochie. Thing is, they're so broke that they can't afford the cost of women sex workers here in the United States. So these dudes with warehouse jobs, these are the type of Negroes that work on the line up there in Detroit in the car plants. They take their little 35, 40K overseas because it stretches longer.
Talking about how they are sick of women in America and how they're going to get their passports and go overseas and find them a wife. When the truth of the matter is, you don't want a wife. You want a slave. You want a maid. You want a personal assistant. These women are in dire financial need. And it sickens me that you get online and vocalize and brag about getting your passports and going to these countries with these to get a wife who needs a green card to escape extreme poverty. Whether you pay her family, whether you pay her, whether, no matter what the circumstance is, she is in a dire situation. How dare you capitalize off of the fact that this woman just wants to live and thrive financially. And then you call it a marriage. That's not marriage. It's modern day slavery, and I think that it's sick. I think that it's disgusting, and all you're really doing is sifting yourself from the real divine masculines and alpha males. Because when they walk in the room, we know it. You know why? Because we feel safe. And we're not safe with you. And we know it, and that's why we're disrespectful to you. That's why we don't like you, and that's why we don't give a damn that you're going to another country to find a wife. And while you're there, get the help you need to heal your inner child, because we know that you're unhealed, that you are narcissistic, and that you're a toxic person. So while you're spending your money on your new bride, be sure to get the help that you need to. We ain't mad. We don't want you. We see you. You're not a divine masculine. We ain't mad.
And I would be fine.
What was the key? What did your mother know? What truth was coming through your mother that's going to come through you to your daughter?
My mother gave us aphorisms to learn as children. And the one that there are two that stand out foremost in my mind. One is the inner reality creates the outer form. I learned this when I was in grade school. I was very young. And the other is the universe bears no ill to me. I bear no ill to it.
Yo! Like, share the video, and all that good stuff. What's up? James King. You know, smash, share, and all that good stuff. You know? And we're going to do like we always do over here. We're going to talk that talk, and we're going to go out and make it happen. And that's what we do over here. We're action takers, money makers, record breakers. You know, we're trendsetters over here. Trendsetters. That's what we do over here. So, you know, there's a lot of things going on in this crazy, wacky world that we live in, you know. And before I get into that, check this out. If I can get my computer to act right. Oh boy. My computer is not my computer's acting funny style. Whatever reason. If I can get this site to open. Okay, here it comes. I don't know why it's doing this. Okay. So check this out. If you're going to travel over the holidays or even after the holidays, and if you need hotels and flights and all that good stuff, go to this site. Findflightsandhotels.com. Go to this site. Best deals anywhere in the world. Hotels, flights, all that good stuff. Right here. You know, findflightsandhotels.com. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this doesn't get any better than this. You know, if you want to take a vacation, this is where you come. You know, findflightsandhotels.com. You know, This is just like Priceline.com. It's the same old shit. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere in the world, Singapore, Hong Kong, Newcastle, Paris, anywhere in America, you can get villas, apartments, hotels, cabins. You can find anything you want on this site. I'm gonna post the I'm gonna put the link in the chat. You know. So yeah. But let me post this in here real quick. And my computer is acting real funny style. You know, I don't know why it's doing that. But stop sharing. So, yeah, I'm gonna put the link in here. Get all links and hotels. Yeah. Okay, so there you go. Get all your flights and hotels right at that website. Findflightsandhotels.com. You know what I'm saying? And P.S. by the way, don't forget to check out my Patreon along with my podcast. You know what I'm saying? If you like these videos or like my talking points here, in my Patreon, I take it to the next level in detail. You know? So, you know, I get a lot of questions from a lot of dudes. And a lot of guys, even when they got a good thing going, sometimes they self-sabotage a lot of guys. You know, a lot of guys, unfortunately, don't know what good treatment looks like. And a lot of it has to do with our upbringing, how we were raised and who raised us, unfortunately. And we don't get to pick our parents. So a lot of us, we have to get past our upbringing before we can sort of come down to our own reality. What's real, what's fake, who's genuine, etc. Right? You got some guys, they've been beat up so bad in life. They don't know what they don't even know what being treated like a man looks like from a woman. You know, I'm gonna say most guys don't even really. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Most guys don't really know what that looks like in North America, and that has to do with how they were raised, and some guys just haven't been anywhere. They haven't left home. They haven't traveled, so they only know what they know, what they've experienced, basically. And like some guys will say, they'll meet a woman and they'll say, "Oh, she's so nice. She treated me so well." And I'm like, bro, that's how a woman's supposed to interact with a man or treat a man. That ain't got nothing to do with being nice. Or maybe that's my reality. I don't know. But I just never looked at it like, just because a woman smiles with me or talks to me, I never said to myself, oh, I think she likes me. Maybe that's who she is. Maybe that's part of her personality. Maybe she was taught to interact with people like that. Just because a woman talks to you, cordial with you, that doesn't necessarily mean she likes you. But see, a lot of guys have been beaten down so bad and been rejected so bad and treated so badly in North America, they can't even tell the difference. They can't even tell if a woman is making a pass at them. If most guys, a lot of guys are so twisted. If a woman they met, and let's say they got the phone number and he called her a couple of times and they went out on a few dates, and after a month or two, he'll be like, "Hey man, she's so cool. She's nice. She brought me lunch at my job, or she brought food over before she came over to my house because I invited her over." A lot of guys will be like, "Is this shit for real? Why is she being so nice? What's the what's her payoff?" They start analyzing every goddamn thing. What's her payoff? What she want from me? I never had no woman act like this towards me. They start acting like Dr. Phil. What's your payoff? What's your payoff? No. Yeah, they started analyzing shit, making too big of a deal of what's really going on. I said, maybe she's just trying to get to know you. Maybe ain't nothing to it. You ever thought about that? Maybe her bringing you lunch is a part of she's just trying to get to know you. She wasn't really necessarily being nice. She do that shit to her dad or to her brother. If she's in the area of where her brother works at, she might just call him and say, "Hey, you need anything? I'm near your job or whatever. If you want me to swing by and bring you some lunch or whatever, that's cool." Maybe that's just how she get down with her relatives, her family, sisters and brothers. But a lot of us, we don't really understand. We've been beaten down so bad. A lot of us come from families where the relationship is so raggedy. We can't even imagine a woman going above and beyond the call of duty for anything. That's a lot of these guys that grew up in the city. Man, they've been through the ringer. And even after they maybe they moved away or left or went in the military or went to college, or maybe they just moved after they graduated from high school or college and just never went back home. But they never dealt with their upbringing. Maybe their mom wasn't the best mom of all time. Or maybe their dad wasn't, I don't know. Maybe he just wasn't around like he should have been. But what's interesting, a lot of us will give the mom a pass. Oh, I love my mama. You know, mom can do no wrong. They'll give her a pass. But they don't give the dad a pass, though. Your dad don't get a pass for anything, which I find that to be very interesting. Mom can be an old crack hoe from New York City that just got off the crack 10 years ago, and she's telling you how hard she had it when y'all was growing up. And mom didn't want to be with your daddy. She wanted to be rebellious and go out on them streets. And she got hooked on the drugs. And she's justifying why she couldn't be with your dad, even though she was on the drugs, even though she was a crack fiend mama, like Tupac used to say in songs. Well, he gave his mom a pass, though. Both men and women, they give their mom a pass. And the mom might be still on the drugs to this day. They still give her a pass. The mom never take responsibility for anything, which is pretty common in North America. You ain't got to be a drug addict not to be accountable or take responsibility for what happened. But you don't give the dad dad don't get a pass at all. Yeah, your father don't get a pass. First thing, as soon as you hear your mom make up a story about your dad saying, oh, your dad didn't want to be around. He didn't care about you. That's why he wasn't around. Because your mom, a lot of these moms like to manipulate the kids, turn them against the dad. That happens a lot. And the dad and the kids don't really find out the truth until they're in the 20s, sometimes 30s, before the kids finally find out the truth. And the only reason they find out the truth because when the kids get older, they be watching the mom. They be like, wait a minute, your mama ain't who she claimed to be, man. This shit ain't adding up. Because some of your relatives, or maybe her relatives on her side, they're gonna say one thing, and then you're gonna come back to the mom, and then you're gonna realize your mom was a problem. Your mom was a problem for you as a son or a daughter. So you can only imagine what your dad had to go through dealing with this crazy woman. So then you reach out to your dad and be like, hey, I need to talk to you. But you 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. You've done wasted all that damn time. Now you meet up with your dad, and your dad say, hey, reason why I wasn't around, because your mom, we were just fucking. You know, your mom wasn't shit. Now he might not use those choice of words, but in a nutshell, that's what he's saying. He said, your mom wasn't shit. She was just a booty call. I barely knew her. And he said, I had a family on the other side of town. I had a wife and kids on the other side of town. You got 2 brothers and 2 sisters that you never met before. But your mom told you your dad wasn't shit, that he was a no good piece of shit. He was lazy, sorry, a bum, basically. But he got a family on the other side of town. So you go, like your dad telling you what went down 30, 40 years ago, 25 years ago, and you kind of blown away like, what? You just can't be true. So your dad tells you, hey, let's go to the house. You meet your sister and your brothers. Some of them probably around. You probably won't be able to meet everybody, but some of them will be around. Or he might have took you to your brothers and sisters' house. So you really blown away now. So your whole day is spent meeting your sisters and your long lost sisters and brothers you never met, that you never knew you had because your mom said your dad wasn't shit. So today was a great day for you. And this scenario happens all the time to people, by the way. This is not uncommon, you know. So now, once you leave, you're happy. And one side you're happy, but on the other side you're angry. You're angry at your mom. So now you go back home to your mom, or maybe you call her up. Maybe you don't live with her. But you get on the phone and say, hey, Mom, I talked to my dad today. And she like, what? You talking to your dad? So now she's curious, what'd you talk to him for? He ain't worth a damn or whatever. And then you be like, hey, that ain't true, Mom. I met my sisters and brothers I never had. And he told me reason why he wasn't around because you didn't want him to be around. Basically. So that set her off. She cursed you out, said fuck you and fuck your dad. And hang up the phone. Cause she don't want to hear nothing about the past, and she don't want to hear nothing about the man, which is your father. Because she couldn't control him. And she's probably a man-hater by now, because she's probably mad and bitter because she's still single. This woman is late 50s, 60s, and still single. And she's not taking responsibility for anything. So a lot of guys haven't dealt with what their parents did to them in the past. They haven't dealt with what their mom did to them in the past. A lot of guys haven't dealt with that. That's why a lot of guys want to get away from any woman that resembles, sound like, look like, talk like, or even smell like their mom. They don't even want to be around a woman that has any resemblance of their mom. They automatically get turned off. So this is why you have a lot of guys or date white women, or date Latin women, or date Asian women, or any other woman except for a black woman. If they do date a black woman, she's going to be she's going to probably have a white demeanor. She's going to probably be from someplace like California or something like that. Or she's going to have a white demeanor. If she's anything like his mom, he ain't trying to hear that. That's where a lot of these guys had awful relationships with their parents. But they still give their mom a pass. They still listen to their mom still to this day in most cases. Now there's some guys that they cut their mom off, or they don't talk to their mom very often, which is a good thing, by the way. You know, peace of mind. Peace of mind is priceless. Anybody that's disturbing my peace of mind and happiness, they got to go. They got to go. They got to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Life is too short. I don't got time to be going through no social struggle. Or somebody that's. It's bad enough that I gotta fight when I'm out and about, when I leave the house. But now I gotta fight when I come home. Oh no, I'm not doing that. I'm not battling with anybody at home. No, not doing it. But that's what a lot of these guys are dealing with. And plus, on top of that, in society, we're public enemy number one. I mean, it's like, if you've been living long enough, you might have felt like sometimes like everybody's against you. Like every time you attempt to do something, somebody's either against it or very negative. If you've been living long enough, you felt like you've experienced this before. You get it from you get it from your family, you get it from your friends, you get it at the job. You're like, damn, everybody's negative about every goddamn thing I try. Or even if I say I'm about to do something, people say something negative. But they don't do that with most other people though. It's kind of like when foreigners come over here and they'll start saying that old jive bullshit talk. Oh, I appreciate the opportunity. America is great. And, I came over here, or my parents worked hard, and, we pulled ourselves up by the bootstrap and all this bullshit. And that's bullshit. Ain't nobody pulling themselves up by no bootstrap. When people come over here, they get free, unearned benefits. But when it's my turn, it seems like the rules change. Because it's like, I have no safety blanket. I never have. And us, as black men, we really don't have no support. You're going to have to build it. We really don't have no network of friends. You're going to have to build it. It's kind of a weird dynamic that happens within American society with us. It seems like we have to become somebody. We have to build, in order for somebody to want to do business with us or get the attention of people. Now, other guys don't necessarily have to do that because they already have a network. They already have friends and family. They can pick up the phone and call somebody, whatever. They don't have to start from scratch. That's what I'm really trying to say. we don't really have it like that. And plus, and this is the number one thing that you must know if you're a black man in America. Not only do you have no safety blanket, whatever you decide to do, it could be business wise, could be marriage. I go into it like this. This how I approach everything. This shit has to work because I don't have no safety blanket. Nobody's coming to save me. So I have to make this shit work. Period. There's no, I'm gonna give it a shot and see how it go. No.
No.
No, there's no, hey, I'm gonna give it a shot. No. In my mind, that's the loser's mentality. It's like kind of like if I get married to a woman, I don't go into a marriage and say, hey, if this doesn't work, I'm going to do this and that. No, bitch. No. If a woman starts talking like that, I'm not getting married to her at all. No. Whatever I do, this shit has to work. Because if it doesn't work, there's a good chance I'm going to be in shambles for a long time. I might never recover from from this shit. From the separation, from the Titanic. I don't have no emergency exit plan. I don't have no rich uncle that I can call. Yeah, I got some uncles, they got some money, but they ain't rich. But I doubt seriously if I can call my uncles and they're gonna be able to bail me out. I highly doubt it. So and my parents, they're gone. So even when they were here, I still didn't have no safety blanket. And my grandfather, he been gone. So I ain't got nobody to call. So whenever I do something, this shit has to work. I have to figure it out. And I have to have the right people around me as a team. And if for whatever reason, somebody starts acting funny style around me, for whatever reason, I don't care who it is, they got to go. That bitch got to go. That dude got to go. I got to plan to get away from this person. Because I don't have a lot of options. I don't have a lot of room for mistakes. I don't have a lot of, yeah, it's going to be bumps in the road. Yeah, I'm going to make mistakes. But I have to minimize those mistakes. I can't keep making mistakes. too many mistakes because I don't really have support like that. I really don't. And a lot of us that's doing or that's trying to do something or that's doing something, maybe you're just a little better than the average person around you, or maybe you're the person that everybody calls on around you, or everybody lean on around you. If that's the case, you probably gonna have to expand your horizon. You probably gonna have to. It's probably a good idea to meet other people. You're gonna have to build it. That's usually how that goes. Well, like when I graduated high school, I know people that graduated along with me. The job was waiting on them. His dad knew his dad had a friend or uncle that had a job waiting on him or her when we graduated high school or college. I didn't have it like that. And most people I grew up with didn't have it like that. Now, were there a lot of people that had businesses and they were contractors? Yeah, they were. I knew some people guys I grew up with. Yeah, they got businesses and they get contracts and all that stuff. But I tell you what, they don't got no safety blanket. They had to make that shit work by any means necessary. They couldn't go to the bank and get a loan. But guess what? Somebody that got here last month from, I don't know, China or somewhere, they can get a loan next month. And they don't got no credit. But my nephew, he's what? 24? He can't get a credit card in his name. And he's been here all life. And they turned him down. And you know what they told him? They said, you don't have no credit. That's why you got turned down. But the guy that got here last month, he ain't got no credit either. So see, the rules change depending on who you are in North America. See, that's the game that we in. And you know, you have to know how to play that game. Yeah, a lot of us don't really know the game. We really don't know the game that we in. We really don't understand. This is why a lot of us get caught up. And we'll hit the streets, right? We'll be out in them streets selling whatever, right? And then that's when you're going to get jammed up too, because we're the number one targets when it comes to crime. Well, you ain't got to be doing crime. You can just be driving down the street in a nice car. We're targets for everything. These other guys get to do what they want to do. We can't do that. So it's hard to win for us being a criminal. Let them other guys do that. You can't, we can't, I don't know, man, maybe one or two guys that got out of that street life in one piece that didn't have to go to prison. I probably know 2-3 guys, that's it. You know. But the majority of us that go into that street life, we go to jail and end up dead. So it's hard to win in that game. You know, that's pretty much over. Let them other guys do it. Them other guys can do whatever and they don't do nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? If they do go to jail, it's because they pissed somebody off or they just got too big. You know what I'm saying? That's usually what it is. You know. So there's a lot of double standards in this society. And a lot of guys don't understand the double standards. That's the thing. You know. And a lot of us get talked out of things, doing things because of the people around us. This is why you got to put yourself first. You got to look out for yourself first. If you don't look out for yourself first, you can't look out for anybody else. If you don't take care of yourself first, you can't take care of your kids, your wife, and anybody else. You can't. And most guys, most black males I know, they don't even know what they want in most cases. If you ask them, it's kind of like if you walk up to the average black male and ask him, hey, what you want? Yeah, just in general, or when it comes to politics, what do you want for your vote? They don't even, they got to sit there and write the shit down. That might take a couple minutes because we've been invisible in this society. You know, most people are kind of like, we don't even get mentioned on television. We don't even get mentioned on the jobs. We don't even get mentioned on the streets unless you're bigger than life, unless you're famous or some shit like that. But the average black male is invisible. But these other guys, well, they starting to be like that now. But, you know, I mean, for us, in most cases, either you're a god or a monster. There's no in between for us. So either you're LeBron James or you're just some black dude in the boondocks. That's just an example, you know. Or maybe you're just a guy that's in college. But the guy that's in college, nobody paying attention to him. Nobody knows him. He's just another black man. He's not important. But this is the type of shit we go through. You know what I'm saying? You know, so a lot of us been beaten down so bad, and we're not used to putting ourselves first. We're used to putting the family first, the kids first, the wife first, and then a lot of women, black women, have a mentality like they're entitled. They've been kind of conditioned to be like she should be the center of attention in the relationship, and whatever happens should revolve around her. Even before the kids, she should come even before the kids, in most cases. So basically, you as a man, as a black man, basically supposed to work, take care of your wife and the kids and everybody else that comes along. And forget about what you want as a man. Most guys I know are like that. That's why if you ask them what they want, they're like, oh man, I just work all the time, man. I take care of happy life, happy wife. That bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So the guy is neglected in most cases. Whatever he doesn't get at the house, he just get it from some woman down the street or some woman at the job, or he'll take, or whatever. But the woman, she's happy. And this is quite common today. It's quite common. It's not unusual at all. You know? So a lot of us, we have to get past all of that shit before we begin to even put ourselves in a position to be first. You know, it's kind of like, you know, this is an election season. People voting and everything and whatever. And if you ask, same thing. If you ask, nobody asks. Nobody bothered to ask black men what they wanted. As a matter of fact, I was looking at the TV the other day. It was three women and one guy on, I don't remember what channel it was. It was like a morning show. No, was it a morning? I think it was CNN. And they were having a hard time even talking about black men. They were having a hard time even mentioning black men. And this is common. This is common practice in this society. It's like in most circles in North America, they don't even want to talk about black men. I mean, it's kind of like if you mention a black man, or if you mention that you even connected to a black man in any type of way, people are kind of looking like, you, what you doing with a black man? You working with a black man? Oh, he's a black man? It's like it's like shameful to be even associated with a black man. And this ain't just started, by the way. This has been like this shit. Probably when I was born, it was like this. I'm not sure, but I know when I left home, I've experienced this type of shit. When I was 20 years old, when I left home, I experienced this type of shit. It's like in most social circles, most people, especially foreigners, they don't want to fuck with black people, especially black men. We're the most hated, period, in North America. And in some social circles, if it's a woman or even a man, could be a white man, white woman, Asian woman, whatever, right? It don't even matter. If their friends find out that they're associated with a black man, that's kind of looked down upon in most social circles. And it doesn't matter, and in some cases, it doesn't matter who he is in certain cases, unless he's like a celebrity or some shit like that. or well-known person in your town or your city. That's the only exception to the rule. That's the only exception. But if he's just a regular Joe that work at the bank or work at Amazon or some shit like that, or maybe he work at some office building or something like that, in most social circles, that's looked down upon. Now you might say, well, how you know? I'm a black man. That's how I know. I know how a lot of people think. You know. Now me personally, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. You know what people think, because I don't like being around a lot of people anyway. So I never cared. But I know how most people's little social circle operate. And the reason why this is important, because you're going to be meeting a lot of these people along your journey in this thing called life. And you'll be able to save yourself time and energy if you know, just socially speaking, what type of person you're talking to. And it took me years to figure this shit out, by the way. Cause like if I can talk to somebody for 5-10 minutes, 15 minutes, I can pretty much pick up on what type of person I'm dealing with. Man or woman. It don't matter where he's from. You know? I can pick up on if somebody dislikes me or doesn't necessarily care about me. And if your friends if you care about what your friends think more than you, that's a problem. That's going to be a problem if you try to get with a woman that thinks like that. Because if she cares about what her friends think more than what you think, or more than what she thinks, they're going to sabotage the relationship with y'all, between you and her. The relationship is not going to last if her friends' ideas hold more weight than hers or yours. That relationship it ain't gonna last. And see, that's really the loser's mentality. Because most people that think like that, it's gonna be across the board when it comes to everything. Everything she gets involved with, it's probably going to be with her friends, more than likely. Her friends going to have some type of input or some type of impact. You know what I'm saying? So if you get with a woman like that, the relationship is going to fail. You're going to have to let her go. Because she's going to become dead weight. And like I said in the beginning, whatever I do, this shit has to work. I don't have no safety net. I don't have no rich uncles I can call on for support. I don't have no rich brothers and sisters I can call for support. If I don't know what my sisters and brothers would say. If I say, hey, yo, I need your help. I need 5,000. Shit. No. know what they would say at this point. So this is why when I do anything, I'm very strategic, calculated, razor sharp, and I know exactly who I have around me. And I know who they are. I know what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. I know what they're good at and what they're not good at, etc. And this shit has to work. And if they don't have the same, if they come with that loser mentality, like, well, if this don't work, I'll just go back to my uncle's house. He's right down the street. If this don't work, I just call my mama. She'll come pick me up. If this don't work, I can always go stay with my girlfriend. She's 30 minutes away. If she's talking like that up front, she got to go. I play to win. I don't play. I don't have no plan B. I'm on the plan B now. Yeah. So it's just a different mentality. See, you have a lot. I'll give you an example. I know quite a few people that move here from other countries, right? Out of 10 people, 7 out of 10 have mentioned in some type of way that they're gonna go back home if things don't go the way they would like. From the youngest to the oldest, from 20s all the way to the 60s. Damn near all of them has said in some type of way, if shit goes to hell, I'll just go back home. And some of them do go back home, right? See, I don't think like that. I don't have no out. I don't have no way out. I don't have no safety blanket. But they do. They have a way out. They'll always go back home, wherever they came from. I don't even think like that. I don't understand that way of thinking. I don't know. All I know is this shit has to work some way, somehow. And if I get any inkling or any feeling or any signs of somebody's not on the same page as me, they got to go. They got to go. Peace of mind and happiness. If anyone's interrupting that or disrupting that, they got to go. You can't stay around me. You can't stay around me. No, you got to go. I only have but so much time left. I'm about to be on shit. Some people say the fourth quarter of, some people say the third quarter of your life. I'm about to be in the third quarter of my life soon. I'm not as young as I used to be. So I don't really, I don't be putting off stuff and acting like I got all the time in the world to do things. And plus, I don't really have support. You don't really have it. If you're really honest, you have a handful of maybe 2 to 5 people you can call, and they'll look out for you, help you out, or whatever. That ain't really support. That's more like a favor. Let me tell you the difference between support and a favor. Support is when somebody sees what you're doing and they can throw gasoline on that motherfucker. And it'll shoot off. It'll take off. That's what support is. A favor is when somebody comes down, they hang out with you, they pick you up from the airport, they see how you doing. Hey, you can stay here for a couple of days or whatever. That's a favor. It did me a favor. I ain't had nowhere else to go. And that's not support. Support. It could be a win-win for both sides, or maybe they just like you, and they just generally wanted to help you because they thought you were a good guy or a good woman, and they didn't want anything from you in return. And see, that's hard to believe for some guys, men and women, because a lot of us don't believe that someone would do something just because. A lot of us are like, oh, he ain't doing it for free. Got to be some strings attached. A lot of us have that mentality, like, you just can't believe it, that she just wanted to sleep with me for one night and woke up the next morning, gave me a hug, cooked me breakfast, and went off to her day. And she was like, I'll call you later. That's to most guys, that's like unbelievable. You can't believe that. I'm like, what? Even if some of your friends, if you told them what I just told you, they would be like, oh, you must be paid for that bitch. Nah, she ain't. You took her out and did something. She ain't just came over to your house, you smashed, and she left, and you ain't had to do nothing. They a lot of your friends is tricks and lames. They think you got to pay. They think you got to pay for something all the time. They think you got to pay for cooch all the time. If the girl, the more attractive the woman is, a lot of guys, they'll be like, they just automatically think that, hey, you got to pay. I got to pay because, this don't happen to guys like me, and they put the woman on the pedestal, and she ain't even thinking like that. She don't even look the way you think. She don't feel that way about herself. But you assume just because she looks attractive to you, you assume that she feels the same way about herself. And that's usually not the case. That's usually not the case. So a lot of times, man, we have to learn how to put ourselves first, but we have to deal with the trash that we got from our parents, our upbringing. We have to work that shit out first. Got to unlearn that stuff, then relearn how you're supposed to be treated as a man. And some of us might have to go someplace else on a vacation just to have a new experience, just to see how other women treat just men in general. Because a lot of us, we get it twisted. We think, okay, if a woman is nice to us, we assume, oh, she likes us. No, fool. That's just how she treat every guy. Or that's how she interact with everybody. No. Some of us we need a new experience. We need to get used to being around a lot of women, or at least women that treat you like you're supposed to be treated. It's like, to me, there's no such thing as a woman treating a woman nice. There's no such thing as a woman treating a man nice. No such thing. That's just how you're supposed to treat a man. That's how a man is supposed to be treated by a woman. There's nothing special about that. There's nothing special about a woman cooking for a man. There's nothing special about that. There's nothing special about a woman having a baby by a man. There's nothing special about none of that shit. Nothing special about a woman cleaning, taking care of the household, giving the guy a back rub. There's nothing special about none of that shit. She's supposed to do that anyway. And vice versa. Maybe she want a back rub. Maybe she wants to be pleased or satisfied. Well, you know what? You should do that anyway. And there's benefits. A man can benefit from pleasing a woman in the sack. That's a video for another day. I'm not gonna get into that now. You know, I'll say this. The more she gets in the sack, the more you benefit as a whole, as a man. That's all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna leave that alone. You know, because that's gonna be a whole nother video for another day. You know, a lot of guys don't even understand that. Especially these other groups of guys. These foreign guys, you know, they believe in, hey, just pop off and roll over and go to sleep. After 10, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, that's it. They just pop off, roll over, and go to sleep, and that's it. The woman ain't never been satisfied since they've been married. No. And then that same guy that doesn't satisfy his wife, he gets upset when his wife has a desire to be with somebody else. Now, wherever she does it or not is one thing, but just the idea of his wife having a desire to be with someone else, he's upset. I'm like, you are crazy. You know? But hey, man. Let's see what we got there. In Middle Eastern culture, having black friends is looked down upon. So true. Oh yeah, I know it's true. It's looked down upon by all cultures, except for well, I'll say this. If you're a black American like me, it's looked down upon all the cultures. Damn near. Now, you might have certain people within those groups are cool. Yeah, we understand that. It ain't everybody. You know what I'm saying? We understand that. But as a whole, yeah, it's looked down upon. Oh yeah. And I've had a lot of unique experiences, man. You seem to understand social circle of other people. I gave you that one. Of course, I've met people from all over the world. Good game. Yeah, I met people from all over the world. At this point, if you care more about others, thank you, will end up being with someone to please others, idea of how your life should be, a recipe for disaster. Yep. A man can find a good woman in the USA. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You can find a good woman in the USA. Yeah, but it's doggy dog out here, man. It's doggy dog out here. It's getting much more difficult every year. Every year it gets more difficult, and it's gonna be dependent on where you live, who you are, what you do, the circles you hang out in. So it's doggy dog out here. I mean, even for the best of us, it's not easy. Think about it. Think about it if you're an average guy today or below average guy. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're a guy and you work at Walmart or some department store or some warehouse and you make $12 an hour. And how the hell are you going to take care of yourself with $12 an hour? You can't pay rent with $12 an hour. You gotta get a roommate or stay with your parents or stay with your sister or brother or some shit like that. If you get paid $11, $12, you can't make rent with that. You got to get a roommate. Or you can't afford a car with $11 an hour. Not a new car. You might get a used car. It's going to be a struggle if you make $11, $12 an hour. These damn towns, these cities is high as hell today. The prices keep going up every year. So you're not in a position to date nobody. You're struggling. How much money are you gonna have to go out? Go to, I don't know where you want to go, a bar and grill, restaurant. Every once in a while, you might say, hey, let's go breakfast. Let's go to IHOP. But you can't really afford to do nothing big. Hey, let's go to the basketball game. What? Or the football game. You can't afford to go to no football game. NFL? Shit. Ticket $3, $4, $5, $700. That's bad seats. The bad seats is like $400, $500. The good seats where you can see something is at least $1,000. You can't afford to go to the football games, the NFL football games. If you make $11 an hour, you got to go to the park with the girl or go to the bar and look at football on a Sunday with the girl. If you drink, and how much money are you going to really have to spend? Shit. Yeah, I mean, you got to support yourself, of course. I'm 60 and retired with no kids. Women are looking for a decent guy. They are looking for a decent guy. but they don't know what it look like. The average woman don't know what a decent guy looks like. There's a lot of confused people out here, man, men and women. A man needs to work on earning money to support himself. Of course. That's why I say put yourself first. If you don't, but a lot of times we don't put ourselves first because we're not used to it. We're not used to putting ourselves first. We're used to putting the family first, the woman first, the kids first. And we never took care of ourselves even before the kids came about, even before the woman came about. We never put ourselves first in most cases. That's most guys that I know. Most guys, they'll go get married and have kids, and they were never really prepared for anything. They were just working. And the woman gets pregnant, or they'll date for a couple years and decide to get married, and then the kids will come, and boom, boom. And all this responsibility, now they got a mortgage and all that shit. But he's still in the same position he was before they got married, before the kids came about. Because he didn't look out for himself like he should have. He just listened to the woman, which is another mistake that a lot of guys make. He got caught up in his feelings. That's why if you don't get the money thing under control first, you're gonna make it very difficult for yourself. That's been my experience. And see, the good news, I've been on both sides of the coin. I've been the guy that didn't look out for myself. And then I've been the guy that did look out for myself first. So I've been both guys. I've been on both sides of the coin. That's why I can speak about it. And a lot of times, what you think is going to take care of a family, it's going to take more than that. It's going to take more time, more money, more energy than you think in most cases. This is why it takes a village. It takes a village. You can't do everything by yourself. You can't do it. Doesn't matter how good you are. Doesn't matter how great you are. Doesn't matter how much charm and charisma you have. You can't be everywhere all the time. It's impossible. Ain't nobody doing anything in a major way by themselves. Nobody's doing anything by themselves out here. That's a damn myth. Well, a lot of these rappers be, they talk that shit. I'm a self-made millionaire. That's bullshit. Nuh-uh. That's bullshit. Ain't nobody doing nothing by themselves. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put the link in here. Anybody want to talk about anything? You can come on. Ain't nobody doing nothing by themselves out here, man. But yeah, that's the link. That's the link, man. You got to put yourself first, man. Look out for yourself. The deck is stacked against us. And some of us don't even realize it. Some of us on autopilot out here. We think that, hey, I'm from New York City. I'm cool with everybody. I grew up in a neighborhood with that's diverse, and I'm cool. All of us love each other. Or I'm from California. I grew up around a little bit of everybody. It's a melting pot, man. Everybody's cool with me. I'm cool with them. And we think you're fucking naive, bro. Just because you have a relationship with somebody you grew up with, or the neighbor, or some shit like that, you think that everybody's like that. Just because they're cool with you, that don't mean he's cool with me. See, you have to understand. See, most people have a business relationship and there's a personal relationship. And they don't mix both of them together. You think just because y'all did a video together or y'all went to the bar together that, hey, that was on my podcast. She cool, man. You're naive. Shit. That's just business. That's not personal. That's not a personal thing, a personal relationship. That was a win-win for both of y'all. I had the audience. She had the maybe she has a certain skill set she can talk about. She wants an audience. She don't have an audience. So I have what she wants. So it's a win-win. It ain't got nothing to do with liking me or disliking me. Now, some people, if they don't like you, they just not fucking with you at all. Yeah, that's true too. There's some people that's like that. But there's some groups of people, they can hit your gut. They'll find a way to work with you somehow, some way. And you know, now they might have to take a shot of liquor or sniff a little coke. Who knows? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, whatever. Drink some coffee and build up their nerve or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it takes. You know, some people can't help themselves. So that hatred runs deep, boy, in some people. And you might be saying, hey, that sounds crazy, but no, it don't sound crazy at all. I've had conversations with women about this shit. When women say, hey, you know, I hated this guy so much. I had to get high just to stay around him long enough. Or get drunk. Kind of like a stripper. Strippers do the same thing. You think them strippers on that pole in them strip club like being around some of them stinking stinking dudes in the strip club? Hell no. This is why they gotta get high and get drunk. Because they hate those guys that they be talking in the strip club. And a lot of women outside the strip club, they're doing the same thing. A lot of women are around guys that they don't like. But they're around them because they have to be around them. Because they're in survival mode. I had a woman tell me years ago, she said, I fuck with you because I want to. I fuck with them because I have to. And I didn't know how to take it. I didn't know how to take it as a compliment or what. I didn't know how to take that. I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I understand. You know? Yeah, I didn't really know how to say the average woman is broke. Hell yeah. Man, a lot of these women out here ain't got no money, man. Nah, a lot of these women ain't got no money. They ain't got it like that. Now, there's some women that make decent, they got decent jobs or whatever. You know, that's probably the majority of women got decent jobs. You know, some of them got decent jobs, then some of them got below average jobs. And then there's a top less than 10%, I would say. They're doing, they all right. They can do something. You know, they can take care of themselves financially. Maybe they got to started some type of business, or maybe they got a podcast or something like that. That's probably top 10% women today, I would say, you know. But, you know, yeah, you know. Even women in their 50s have very little retirement savings. Oh yeah. Most yeah, I know women that's in their 50s. Women in their 50s, you know what women in their 50s are doing? Most of them that are single. Single women in their 50s, you know what a lot of them are doing? And I know a lot of them. They're hanging around their kids with taking care of the grandkids every chance they can get on the weekends, and after work, especially on the weekends, you know, or when they kids want to go out of town. This is the best time for the 50-year-old middle-aged woman to say, "Oh, I'll take care of my grandkids." She feels, you know, she feels proud to tell her friends or the neighbor that she's taking care of the grandkids, because, you know, the bitch gotta be, the bitch is damn near useless. No. She's damn near useless. And nobody, like a lot of these women in the 50s, they're not fun to be around. Nobody really wants to be around them. I mean, I don't even want to smash a lot of these 50-year-old women, because a lot of them have let themselves go, and they're just not fun to be around. And a lot of them have too much baggage. But yeah, they love taking care of them grandkids, boy. Boy, that's like a big thing with a lot of these middle-aged women today. Because they don't got nothing else to do. Most of them don't have boyfriends. Oh, they might have somebody to come around and smash every once in a while. But you know what's funny? A lot of guys, some of the guys that, a lot of these 50-year-old women are doing basically the same shit that the young girls are doing. And she's twice their age. She's acting like, you have some 50-year-old women are saying shit like, I'm just, I'm trying to get to know him. I'm taking it slow. Taking it slow for what? I told one woman, I said, the next guy that comes around, whatever he wants, the answer should be yes for everything. She's like, why do you say that? What do you have to lose? At this point, you already blew everything you had when you were younger. You failed, you had a failed marriage, you got kids, and it's nothing. What are you trying to save? You might as well give it up. I mean, what do you want to take things slow for? What for? What? You have nothing to lose if you're in the 50s. As a woman, what are you trying to hold back for? If either he gonna stay or leave. It don't matter if y'all smash the first week, first day, 2 months from now, 6 months from now. Either he gonna stay or gonna leave. Oh, and the odds of him staying long term is slim to none. And sex ain't got nothing to do with it. so what? I was honest with her. She probably had nobody talk to her like that was honest with her like that. I can't find a woman with her own money. Shit, they spend everything they get. They ain't trying to invest nothing. The average woman that I know, let me tell you something. The average woman that I know that's single, that have an investing mindset, is slim. Them numbers is like it's like it's only a handful of single women I know that invest their money. And I know all of them by name. That's how small the numbers is. I know all of them by name, and I got their phone numbers. No. Yeah, a lot of women have tattoos today. Got tattoos on their breasts, yeah. A lot of them do, man. You know, the tattoos, I have a tattoo. As long as they don't go crazy with it, like got it on the neck, got it on the face, and got it on the arm. If she's a tattoo freak, I kind of fall back from them type of women. Got tattoos fucking everywhere. That's a lot of women that have tattoos like that, in North America, in other places it varies. Usually it's a sign of poverty or low class. Yeah, that's what I would say about that. Yeah, usually, but I don't like a lot of tattoos on women. I just don't like it. I never liked it. It's okay if you got, 2 or 3 of them, maybe 1 or 2, but don't go crazy with it. A 50-year-old, a 58-year-old woman with tattoos. I hear you, bro. I hear you, brother. I hear you. But if you got it on your back, if she got that tramp stamp, boy, I don't think I can get past that. The tramp stamp. She got on, you know what I'm talking about, just below. She got it on her butt cheeks, basically. Yeah, it's. I don't know what's up with that. I probably had to ask her about that. I've definitely asked her about it. Why'd she get that? If now assuming she checks all the boxes, that's when I'd be like, hey, why'd you get that tattoo like that? Or let me tell you another thing that that's kind of weird to me. When women got their clit pierced. Y'all know, what I'm talking about. They got the clit pierced. When they got that, what they call it, a stud on their lips. That's some weird shit to me, man. Now there's some strippers that have that shit too. That's weird to me. And then some women that ain't strippers, they got it too. That's weird. That's some weird shit there, bro. You know. And then there's the girl that got her tongue pierced. Now, I've seen women that have them, but I never got involved with women that had their tongue pierced. If I did, I'd be like, "Hey, what's up with the tongue pierce? What's up with that? It's I mean, what's that about?" I mean, I would ask her straight up. Is that I don't know, sex symbol or what is it about? You know? I mean, I don't know. It's like, what are we trying to do? It's the tongue ring. I don't know what. Most of these women are on dating apps. Yeah, there's a lot of women. The women on dating apps today are the less desirables today, in most cases. You know, it's like going on a dating app or dating website today is probably not the best thing, best place to meet women today. And a lot of these women are, you know, they're attention whores online. Since I moved to North Carolina, white women are checking for me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you probably live in Raleigh. You probably live in Raleigh. Yeah. 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 See, I live in the Charlotte area. You probably live in Raleigh. Yeah, and then that neck of the woods, yeah. And once you get past, if you're around them colleges, oh yeah. You get white women be choosing around them colleges, boy. Oh yeah. That's been my experience. Around Charlotte, it's a little different. It's like it could happen every once in a while, but if you're around a bunch of colleges, oh yeah. That might happen every week. That might happen once a week if you're out and about a lot. Yeah, I knew you live in Raleigh. I knew. I've been up there quite a few times. If you around a lot of, there's a bunch of colleges up there. Yeah, if you around them colleges, oh yeah. The white women be choosing up there. But around, it's not a lot of colleges in Charlotte. Not a lot of them. There's some, but not a lot. Not compared to the Raleigh area. Oh, yeah. $60-year-old? God damn. Well, 60 plus, well, they just want to smash. And you know why? Because at 50 or 60, for a white woman, it doesn't even matter. Because nobody's checking for her anyway. If she's single. Even if she's married. Her husband probably ain't fucking with her like that anyway. And nobody cares what an older white woman does. Nobody cares. I mean, nobody cared when she was younger. But in her mind, she thought somebody cared who she was dating. But now that she's older, she's seen the light. So it don't even matter. She'll sleep with, you know, whoever she desires to sleep with. The white woman, she's going after it. She's choosing. She's going out. The older white woman is doing everything she wanted to do when she was younger. Because in most cases, she didn't do it. because she thought that her inner circle would have a problem with it. So that's why she's making passes at you. Because it's like, oh, if my friends find out I'm talking to a black guy, or if my friends find out I'm attracted to a black guy, they're going to feel a certain type of way about me. But your friends never give a damn in the first place. But they that's what they thought. They won't invite me over to the party anymore. Who cares about them damn parties? Most of them parties are bored anyway. But now that she's 60, 50 and 60, nobody cares. She's just an old old hag. She's an old hag. And most of them women don't look good anyway. In the 50s and 60s. They don't. Boy, white women fall apart, boy, when they get older. Damn. She look like an old hag. God. Oh, well, hey, when they young, oh, they hot. Hot mama. So, let me tell you something. There's some fine white women out here now. Don't get it twisted. There's some out here. There's a handful of white women out here that's very attractive. But when they get older, you be like, God damn. Fuck. This bitch start wrinkling up like a road map. So you better catch them early. You better catch them early, brother. Because boy, when she hit late 30s, it's downhill from there. You be like one of my homeboys. Well, one of my friends from back in the day. He got married to a white woman. She was from London. Boy, look at her now. They've been married for like over 20 years now. Boy, look at her now. She looked like she looked like a hippopotamus. Boy, she look like a hippopotamus, boy. You mean like, God damn, she don't even look like the same woman no more. Where you meet single women at? I would say go to a lot of these places just starting to open up. Go to any place where there's some constructive, positive shit going on. Conferences, any place that's uplifting. That's where you're gonna find progressive single women at. Like events, wine tasting, conferences, the gym. The gym is a good place. Any place where it's some positive, uplifting, healthy, health and wellness, places like that, that's where you meet women at. Women that want to do something, that want to upgrade themselves. Or any place where people are volunteering to do stuff too. That's another good place to meet women. Don't go to the damn bar or the club. Don't go to the damn club or the church. Those are the worst places to meet women. Women in the church, they're going through something. and women in the club, they're alcoholics or drunks. Or they on the drugs. Something. They on something. Yeah, the best places are the places where there's some uplifting events, health and wellness, people volunteering to do shit, conferences, wine tasting, any place where it's like, if there's a festival in your town, like a festival, they have them in Raleigh. I know they do, where it's like where they have like food festivals and music festivals. That's where you meet the single women at, you know, because them places you usually have to pay for stuff. You got to pay to get in, be a part of stuff like that for the most part. So that's where, you know, see the low quality women ain't gonna really, they don't want to really be involved in no uplifting type shit, especially if she's in the 50s and 60s. Because she like, what the hell I'm trying to uplift myself for? It's downhill for me from here on out. You know what I'm saying? This is how these women think. It's like, hey, I'm old now. It's downhill for me here. You know, nobody wants me. You know? And she's right in most cases, you know, unfortunately. Yeah. You know, she's right in most cases, you know. Well, yeah, you know, I think I pretty much got my point across tonight, you know. Check out the Patreon, check out the podcast and all that good stuff. And oh yeah, don't forget about the Cash App. Don't forget about the Cash App. You know? Yeah. I'm out.
Alright. Just got the call, it's going down tonight. It's a lot of goodbyes here tonight. But then I saw the sky and that I like. Here from Cali, I live in the valley. Then you look sexy. Alright. Just got the call, it's going down tonight. It's a lot of goodbyes here tonight. But then I saw the sky and that I like.